afternoon, my name is Stella. I'm part of the wellbeing team here. I just want to cover a couple of things before we get started today. Firstly, is it okay with you if I take some notes? It's just for my own memory.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, that's fine.
And I just want to cover privacy and confidentiality with you.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's private and confidential unless there's a risk of you hurting yourself or somebody else. In that case, we might have to escalate to somebody else to help us. Can I ask what has brought you in today?
Well, it kind of started over the last maybe a few weeks now. I'm living in a share house for some background there. I live with a few girls, but since I've been back at studying, there's been quite a lot of noise going on at the house. So one of my housemates in particular, she just doesn't seem to acknowledge that I need quiet time to study. And she basically either has lots of people over, or she's got music playing, or just doing something that's just like, to me, kind of feels obnoxious.
You said that she is kind of not acknowledging you studying. Can you tell me kind of a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I've spoken to her, and I think I made it quite obvious within the house that I am just like, I'm trying to really chime in and focus on my study, and it's important, and like obviously like that's my house too, so I want to utilize that space as a study space. And when I've spoken to her about it, she kind of just is, I don't know, not given it much, just kind of shrugged it off and continued to do whatever she's been doing. Just no care, yeah.
Okay. When you spoke to her, can you tell me more about that conversation and what that interaction with her was like?
Yeah, so we were in our lounge room, and we were talking, and I kind of went through the points of like, I understand like you live here too, and like you have a right to do whatever you want as well, but like just to have some common ground here that we are friends and we're housemates, and that I need quiet time just to study, because like it seems to be all the time that this noise is going on. So it's really becoming quite difficult to stay home and study. And she kind of just returned like the reply with like, I do whatever I want, like this is my house and you don't own it. And I don't know, it kind of made me feel really like, I don't know, frazzled in a way, like just not sure what else I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
Just so I could make sure that I understand, I might just tell you what I'm hearing in my own words, just to clarify things. So it sounds like that your housemate, you feel that they're just being a bit inconsiderate of your study needs and your life and what you're doing, and they're just kind of doing what they want to do without much consideration of you. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds, yeah, definitely.
Can you tell me about your everyone else in your house? Are there other people that you live with? What's your household kind of made up of?
So there's 4 of us girls. There's me, and then there's one that's a nurse, and then the one that's being noisy, she's not working at the moment, so I think that probably explains why she doesn't really, there's no boundaries of that. And then there's one that's a teacher, so we've got it's a pretty busy household.
Yeah. Which
I think is almost like it kind of represents that, there is room for it to be, it works for everybody, not just, I don't know, I feel like she's just being quite selfish.
Yeah, it sounds like a diverse household of everybody doing different things, which can be really challenging.
Yeah.
Can I ask, you've said that you've spoken to your housemate. Can I ask, what would you like to achieve by speaking with me today?
I think I'd just like to kind of come up with some resolutions on how to deal with it, or like maybe like, I don't know, it's just nice to have someone to talk to that's not within the house, because I feel like maybe not everybody can see what I'm saying, because I'm in a different life stage than everybody else, so maybe just some coping mechanisms and some resolutions would be really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We only have a little bit of time left. What I have gotten from you today is that you've got a really challenging situation, you're having some trouble with your housemate not considering what you're doing in your study, in your life, in your situation. You've tried to talk to her before, but you just like some other kind of coping mechanisms to use with your situation at the moment. Does that sound right?
Sounds great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.